my god. Yeah, notes. Well, it doesn't really matter. We don't need too many notes for this week's episode. It may end up just being somewhat heavy Starfield related. Those that have just sliding on into the intro, as we get ourselves preparing, as you may hear, I'm sounding like a piece of shit. I am crook and under the weather, but besides on that, we'll get on into it. What's up, beardies and beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros podcast. Those really wouldn't even know if I don't say it, but you are hearing it. I am crook. But we end up actually delaying.
I do now.
We delayed the episode by 1 day, which you wouldn't even know. So, unless I told you, which I have.
Why exactly 24 hours?
24 hours, yeah. So we were meant to film this last night, and I was quite crook. I couldn't do anything. I was bedridden, so I had to delay it by a day. Where I'm feeling a little bit better. Still, as you can of course hear, like I'm saying, I don't sound like the normal Dale as you'd normally hear. Yeah, I'm a bit out of it of sorts. But definitely a bit better than yesterday. And yeah, unfortunately, just to protect myself, I guess. I took tomorrow off as well from work, so yeah, that was like a big decision. Like, do I work? Do I not? I was like, better off because I'm sick. You know, I'm presumably thinking I've got
But I've
sick.
let them not catch anything that you've got.
That's it, and I'm assuming I've mostly got sick from work because we've been doing the cold room, and I'm wondering whether from going from the cold temperatures to the hot to cold to hot, that may have actually caused me onset of getting a basic cold. But even then, it still can knock you about a little bit. Like I feel
It should be a one and done though. After you get it once, you won't get it again.
Yeah, so just a little bit rough at the moment. I'm just feeling a little bit off. So thought, yep, just be safe. Have that time off for a bit until I feel better. So yes, and I
was going to try and solo last night.
Yeah, you were gonna try to do a solo one, you reckon? Like the time I did it, and I did it like half an hour or whatever it was. Just live stream it, so it was recorded and I could just upload
That'd be
it.
so weird.
Yeah, I know, it would be. It was weird for me too when I did, honestly, but I mean, I'm good at rambling on quite well, so it worked.
I mean, I could have, if it was about what we're going to talk about, I could have definitely went for like
yeah, well,
3-4 hours.
Exactly, you could just do an episode because, like I said, we will be talking a bit of Starfield, I imagine, this episode. I do want to make a disclaimer as well. A post that we have up on the Instagram was going to be taste testing the Bilson's Lamington and cake beverages they'd released.
Yeah, the cake seems weird. Like, why cake and Lamington?
Yeah, I was going to give them a
Lamington is
review
a cake.
and a taste test, but unfortunately that's not going to happen on this episode, so whether that may happen if I feel better maybe midweek, I might do that midweek, just a special little video or whatever, or a review.
And 5-10 minute thing.
Otherwise it'll be left for next week's episode, so we'll see how we go with that.
Probably better for next week, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of funny because I bought them like a week ago, like not last week's episode I bought them then, but I around that time, but I had to wait, and I was like, oh, and then wait for this to drink, and then yeah, it was just this whole rigmarole of like, oh, wait for this, and then that, and then So yeah, so there's a post there. It's coming. Just hold your horses. Just the disclaimer is it said on tonight's episode, which was never going to happen now. So it will happen. I've got them there in the fridge.
You might make an updated Instagram post saying next week.
Sorry. Yeah, just go through and edit it. And just be like, next week. And just update in the comments or something. But yeah. But anyway, that boredom. We'll get on into it. Yeah, it may be fairly Starfield heavy because there's a lot of stuff that's been going on since we've now had the Starfield was in a week early access, which we did kind of mention, but now it's in full release. And the internet is going crazy for
early access, no.
Yeah, it was.
It's funny how it works like that because 1st of September or 2nd was meant to, like, that is the release date.
Yeah.
But they hold that for, the...
So if you bought it, you got, like, an early, but then if you, like... I know, it was weird, like, you bought it, you got access to it either way. No, like, it makes no sense, but it was, like, early access. That's why, like, this is part of, like, what I want to talk about. Like, it's so weird how they did a release early access.
They're not the first one to do it.
No. It's like, you bought it, you got access to it So like it's normal access, but
No, if
it's
you only bought the expensive edition, you got it,
yeah,
not the basic one. Like,
yeah. That's basically it. Which is you got
paywall,
the
it's a fucking paywall.
which you got,
Like,
didn't you? Because you bought the extra pack thing, which gave you the yeah.
yeah, I had to get it for the still it was fucking crisp
It
actually.
yeah, it doesn't look too bad. So we had talks leading up to Starfield coming out. We've had talked about the
Got some written on
designs
the
of
back,
the
but
consoles and the controllers, and briefly talked about this. But this we actually get to see it now.
the
Jim's got it.
patch.
Patch does look actually kind of cool.
I don't know which way is the right way, but
It's
I
that
mean, I
yeah.
think
It's
it's
meant to
that way.
be the planet up, wasn't it? Or I don't think it really matters. Planet down. So he's got all these bits and
I
bobs
don't
in there.
know, but the inside's pretty cool.
That's alright. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So Jim's been playing a
I
bit of
get.
that. He's spent about 24 hours playing it.
I checked the time on it. Have a try and get the hour. What is it? Do you
I'd
reckon?
say you've spent more than 24 hours. I'd say you might have spent 33 hours in it.
Less.
Oh,
No.
less actually.
I'm nowhere near that mark.
19 hours.
I mean, I am, but I'm not. Hey,
19 hours.
more. It was actually I checked. It was 23.
12, 23, nearly 24. Damn.
I only played it the day
Yep.
before it came out.
Yep. I am thinking
So
because
on
of
Tuesday this week, I started playing it, and I haven't
yeah,
really been binging it either.
it's on and off.
Yeah,
Because I think I am thinking of cleaning up my computer
23
because I've got
hours.
Game Pass. I will most probably download on Game Pass for PC since I don't have a
Oh
you know
yeah.
I don't have a fancy Xbox.
You don't need a fancy one, just get a Series S, but then you can't use all your discs.
Yeah, so
That's kind of a shitty move. That is.
it's one of those weird limbo areas. Um, yeah, so there's been a lot of controversy going on with like most games we have that come out that are new. There's always a lot of controversy going on. That always happens. You always got people review bombing, and a lot of the problems the time is it's fucking anything that happens. But you got to really look at the finer details of what's going on the internet, and when people are posting and talking about things, because you get people that are literally on the other side. Because let's talk about console wars here for a moment. So you get people on either side. You've got your ponies and you've got your Xbots. And we've talked about it before. And the problem here is you'll have literal like the extremists of the ponies. They'll go out and attack anything that's Xbox related to try and bring it down. But the same thing is you got Xbox. They'll do the exact same to PlayStation games. But what people don't realize and they don't want to face the truth to is that they'll literally be insurgent fucking troops on either side. That there'll be Xbox disguised as ponies to bring it down so that the ponies get
Yep.
fire on them for things that are happening. And then the ponies do the exact same thing. Ponies will fake,
That happened
you
to
know.
Starfield.
Yeah,
That's
so
not like. I just. I don't see the point of.
let's review bomb something to
That's
bring it
like-
down. Like, and the worst problem is, and opinions are based on your own. But when you go out there and be like, oh, this game deserves a 10 or it deserves an 8 or a 9, and someone goes, oh, I'm going to rate this game a 4 because I didn't really enjoy it, and then someone goes, I don't believe your opinion is worth a 4, it should be an 8 or a 9 because the game's good. No, that's your opinion on that it should be an 8 or a 9. If someone wants to say it's a 4, then they're allowed to say it's a 4. If
But
they want to say
also,
it's
no
a 5,
game ever is a 0 or a 10.
yeah, exactly. And there's these Xbots out here going, it's a 10 out of 10 experience, and like, no, it's not. Realistically, it's a 9 or a 9.5. It's not a 10 out of 10. I'm sorry. It's not a 10 out of 10.
Like me myself, so far, to 23 hours, which that should be a valid time to give anything.
Yeah.
Like, damn, I'll give it roughly a 7. As
Yeah. I mean, you did kind of foreshadow a little bit, but you give it a 7. Because there is, honestly, there are bugs. It can be janky. Like, I've watched a lot of clips. There's a lot of bugs, a lot of jankiness.
I fell through the
Weird
floor.
shit. Some areas seem so empty.
No, you even
Like-
saw the jump scare.
Yeah, there's so much weird shit that goes on the game. That's not a 10. If a game was 100%
Then again, it's not
perfect,
game breaking, so
no, but it's still bugs that are in the game. So if there was none of those, if there was no bugs, no jank, no weird zooms, no audio issues,
but still, no game has that.
exactly. So
really.
a game can't be a 10 out of 10. Like realistically, like you can say it's a 10 out of 10. There's nothing wrong with you saying it's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah,
But
like,
realistically,
I give God of War Ragnarok a 10 because it's fucking amazing.
yeah. But like
I'll give Starfield a
realistically,
7 because it's good. Like,
but there is a lot going on at the same time. But realistically, like those games aren't 10 out of 10. Like it's a phrase almost when you say it's a 10 out of 10. Like you say it's like
10 means it's the best. Like,
yeah,
it's just up there.
and that's the thing. There's a
7 means
difference.
it's 7 means it's not
Yeah,
mid because mid would be a 5.
exactly. So if you're having a conversation, you're like, oh, that game was a 10 out of 10. You're saying it was really good, but if you'd officially give it a actual stamped review, you would not give it a 10 out of 10 because you can't. Because you know what I mean? Like nothing is that
Which
good that
no
you
one
can.
does anyway. So
You know
because
what I
that's
mean? Like
just
in documented
stupid. Like,
like print,
there is no flawless game.
like because you see all these reviews, and like again, like we saw, and this was hilarious because there was a big review sheet put up from all these people giving it 9s and 10s out of 10s, and of
Are you
course
talking about the
stuff.
Metro one?
Hey,
Are you talking about the Metro review
there's
right
like
now?
there's so many different
Because
reviews.
Metro gave it a 3 out of 5, but
Yeah,
on that post of all the scores,
yeah,
Microsoft gave it a 5 out of 5
yeah,
from the same reviewer who gave it a
yeah,
3.
yeah.
They changed the fucking
I
score.
said there's all these things that had 10s out of 10s everywhere. And do you remember how everyone was ripping on IGN? Because IGN was like, oh, they gave it like a 6 or a 7. And they're
7.
like,
7.
oh, why did they give it IGN? We've seen what they're so biased. They gave this game that was a PlayStation game a 9 out of 10, and they're giving Starfield a 7 out of 10. I was
What
like,
did they give Hi-Fi Rush?
I can't. Wasn't it
Like
like a
a
9?
9 or a 10?
Yeah, and they gave, and then. But again, who was the reviewer? I bet you the person who reviewed Hi-Fi Rush wasn't the same one that reviewed bloody Starfield. I reckon it was completely different people. So again, different biased opinions. And I wouldn't even believe you could even give it to the same reviewer, and I would believe that they would mostly give it 2 different scores because they're different games. Their tastes are different.
Oh, yeah.
And then the funny thing was,
That's like these idiots on Twitter comparing Starfield is going to be better than Spider-Man. You can't compare a
they're different
Bethesda game
games,
to an Insomniac game.
and they're 2 different genres. One's a crawler, you're playing
RPG.
RPG, and then like
I
it's
mean,
just different,
Spider-Man kind of is. Like, you still
kind of
unlock
ish,
stuff in that. Like,
but it's just
but
different.
like, Bethesda is an RPG studio,
Yeah,
which
but
this game is the best one they've ever
But
made.
like, what made me laugh so hard was these Xbots were going so hard ripping on IGN for giving it a low score. But then you look at their poster.
Not IGN, just one person who
But it was
reviewed it.
IGN US because then you look at the poster for IGN Japan, IGN Brazil, IGN whatever it was, and they gave them 10 out of 10s. Like you're treating IGN as being a whole. Well, that's exactly the thing. But it's just kind of funny. They go, oh, they just triggered this thing. Oh, IGN, it's a whole thing. Oh, they gave it a bad review. They must be stupid as shit. Oh, why'd you do it? Like,
If you want the proper reviews, you go to Metacritic. That their thing goes straight from their review place straight to there.
yep. But it's just funny. They just take that one
Whatever
source.
Microsoft push on the social medias has been, of course,
Yeah.
it's been like upped and like
Of course, they're going to
it's
share
been
all the good
tampered with.
reviews. They're always going to share the good
Yeah.
news, not the bad news. Like, and it just cracks me up. And then the article of like that one, apparently like they're literally technically internet famous at this point because apparently there's a few of them I've seen actually posted about it, but there was like one PlayStation fan that said that Alana should be fired because she.
Oh, of course, she was playing Starfield or something.
I'm like, there's actually, but like that person now is trending because their post has been taken on shared in different articles.
But also, they're full of shit. So
Yeah, it was just a shit post, literally just.
and
a
they've
shit
just
post.
been outed.
Yeah, but they were literally shit posting. But the funny thing was, there was more than just her. Not the her. Well, they were saying it to other people as well. But because like she works.
Funny
for
part is,
PlayStation.
they said that she should get fired because she works for Sony Santa Monica.
Yeah.
So does Corey Balrog.
Yeah.
Balrog, and he was praising Starfield, playing it, and
exactly. But no one gave him hate. But then the other thing was though, when I saw these tweets going out, I saw little Xbots saying the exact same thing.
I'm sorry, Corey, if you ever see this, I do that deliberately.
But the other thing was, there was Xbots saying the same things. She's like, how is this? Yeah. She should, like, they were saying the same thing. She should be fired from PlayStation for liking an Xbox game. It's like, these are Xbots. It's like, she's supporting, like, your fan base, technically, because she loves Bethesda games. But, like, it's just funny, but they picked the news, again. Media outlets picked the news and go, PlayStation fans said that she should be fired. It's like, it's more than just one fan. More than just PlayStation.
There's a few, but it's a whole wide variety.
There's
Could
a lot
be
of
a
people
Nintendo
saying,
fan, like
yeah. It wasn't just the one, but that's the funny thing that made me laugh was it wasn't just one, but this one had been singled out. It's like there's been a
Yeah,
lot. If you look at Twitter, there's a lot of people that have said this, and it just cracked me up. I was just like, wow. And then it's just been singled out. And again, she's making content from it. She's made memes about it, and like been like again, people are taking and spinning it into a positive. Like, I feel like it's almost like just
like,
staged
hey,
social media
I'm not
nonsense.
I wouldn't consider myself a pony or an expert. Like,
No, honestly,
I'm just a lover of all games.
I want to
Like,
find some of these tweets right now because there's always like I
and
comment on something and it just went crazy wild. Yeah, here we go. Here's the one that I was talking about before. He goes, Starfield is sitting at an 85 on Metacritic.
yeah,
It's
that's what it
Metascore.
deserves.
85 is good, and this goes after receiving a 4 out of 10. I'm sorry, but a game isn't for everyone. But a 4. A game isn't for everyone. Well, if a
It's
person
their
doesn't
opinion.
exactly, it's like what the fuck. This person's some verified. They're called Game Riot. Apparently, they're some verified user. I was like,
Yeah,
dude, you
but
should
like,
know
it's
yourself
their
that like
opinion. They didn't like it.
exactly. He gave it a 40, which is a 4.
I do admit, I actually hated the game early on because it
Yeah,
just chucks you in. It's like, here, do this, and then it's like, see ya.
but like here's the conversation this dude had with this other person. Someone replied going, "Same can be said for those that gave it a 10 out of 10. The amount of issues
Yeah,
that game has can't be overlooked and stamped with a perfect score neither." The guy replies, "Yeah, not a 10 out of 10 for me, but definitely don't be a 4." It's like that's hypocritical of you. You're like a social media
that's your opinion. You can
like
have it, but it doesn't mean it's right or wrong.
you're technically a gaming journalist, and you're literally being Xbox biased, being saying that this person can't give it a 4. And then someone goes, so like a 7, he goes, between an 8 and 9 for me personally. Do you not listen to yourself, what you're saying? You
Oh, 8.5.
personally is an 8 or a 9. But that's for you personally. You think it should be an 8 or a 9. Yes. Again, you, keyword, personally, have said it's an 8 or a 9. The other person thinks it's a 4. Personally
I'm
thinks
wrong
it's a
for
4.
saying
Like,
it's 7.
oh.
Like,
And then the guy goes, someone else replied going, between 8 and 9 is literally 85. Like, a Metascore is an 8.5, so it's
yeah,
85. And he goes, and he complains about a 4, so your point is like, because of that 4, the Metascore is now sitting at 85, which seems to agree with, so his complaint is pointless. It's like, he's complaining about a single review score. That's the main complaint. It's a fair complaint since the game isn't objectively a bad game. Art, art isn't objective, it's subjective. People have their own opinions. Like,
yeah.
exactly, people can have their own opinions. Um,
Like you play it eventually. You either love it or hate it. Like, it doesn't mean you're wrong. Doesn't mean you're
um,
right. Like, it's just this is honestly. I never really got into Skyrim. I just played Fallout 4 for the entirety. Like, I just platinum that, and this is their best fucking game. I will say that.
yeah,
This
and the
has the
person,
best mechanics. It's smooth
yeah,
as hell. It's their most polished game at launch,
because the person
and
left,
like, it's whoever is hating on it. It's just not for them.
yeah, well, because the person that left the review was the Jimquisition.
Oh, that's
He's
a 4. Yeah,
yeah, and
yeah.
someone
Jim
replied from him
Sterling.
going, I don't think either of you guys know who the Jimquisition is. The guy is known for telling it like it is, regardless of how people feel.
Yeah.
That's exactly it. And it's like it's Jim Sterling, laugh my ass off.
Just
um,
because he gave something a 4, like,
and then
and
someone going, you're forgetting that reviews only matter when they confirm my biases.
he literally called it a mid game, like a 50-50. Like, that's all he
Yeah,
did was
see,
call it a.
another person goes, yeah, well, it's definitely not a 4, but also not a 10 or a 9, so it cancels out. I think around a 7 or 8 is appropriate, so 85 overall is still
Yeah,
pretty high. Someone goes, Metacritic might as well be a PlayStation fanboy critic. It has become
yeah.
quite useless. It's like,
Fucking hell.
it literally is an 85.
Tell
Like, I've
that
seen a lot
tell
of
that
it.
to tell that to Nintendo.
Um, there's a
You
lot
know,
of people playing
Baldur's
8s
Gate,
and stuff.
another RPG. That's the highest rated PlayStation game
A
ever.
lot of people saying 7s and 7.5s. Like, on average, a
Yeah,
lot of people are
7.
coming out.
Like, I've only I'm 2 missions into the actual story, so by the end of that, my score might fluctuate
Someone,
because
some, someone goes, pretty sure some PlayStation fanboys are trying to bring the game rating down by spamming 1-star reviews and low ratings and such. The 4 out of 10 is a critic review, not a user review. Critics can't be biased. They can. That this applies to literally every review, or not just bad ones. What the fuck?
I wouldn't say it's bias. It's more of they like the product from a certain person, developer, like. But even then, they wouldn't let no one review it if they're a pony or not. Like
Yeah,
the company wouldn't let them do it
it's just crazy.
unless they want clicks. But I highly doubt like IGN would. I mean, IGN would do that, but like it would. It's just one person had a review. They thought
Oh,
it thought it was good, and that's it. Like, just shut the fuck up.
so yeah, it's just
I mean, the
crazy.
same sentiment. 7 to 8. I would not give it a 10. Hell no. I would not give it a 10.
But what else gonna try and find the other stuff? Like anything I could find, I can come across. Um,
But I did have complaints about the combat. How when people were playing it and stuff, it felt like light and airy, like it was weak.
yeah.
But I'm playing it and it's fine. Like it's their best combat yet.
But like again,
I'm
it's
fucking loving it.
like the potato incident where it's like a Starfield player stuffed 20,000 potatoes into the ship's
Yeah,
cockpit to show off the
them
game's.
physics are so good.
But like it makes sense. We remember the cheese, right? From fucking
From
Skyrim.
Skyrim.
It makes
Yeah.
sense. If literally if you couldn't do that in this
I mean,
game,
this is taken to the extreme though. Like,
yeah. But like people did that with the cheese. They chucked it in the vault in that room, whatever it was, and just filled the room up with cheese. Like it's the same thing. The cheese physics was crazy. Like I'm not surprised. If I would be
not
disappointed
the
if you couldn't do
physics.
that.
It's more of you can go anywhere in the world and it's still there. The fact that you can drop something somewhere and it stays there, where other games it just vanishes.
Yeah.
Like I do give Bethesda shit for their engine, but it is good in some ways. It's just their character models on that are just so meh. Like you
It's
in the
just
fucking stream earlier, all was moving was their eyebrows when they were talking.
yeah.
Like they're just like this. Yeah. Just move the eyebrows up and down. That's all they were doing.
But
Like
like
no matter who you
I
spoke
feel like a
to.
lot of people are possibly very either very biased in the sense of that they're trying to get. Like I feel like a lot of these people on Twitter are being Starfield biased because they're trying to get Bethesda attention to be supported in the sense of,
You'll get more attention just being honest.
you know what I mean? That's what I mean. Like I feel like people are just being like, oh, if I'm really good for stuff, maybe they might send me free shit because a lot of people like this these days.
If you're a suck up, they'll just leave you clear alone. Like,
Because this one person literally had bought everything from
but
Starfield. They
there is a
bought
thing as being too nice, and that is toxic. Like, just
like
suck it up to them is not good.
yeah, because this one person literally bought the controller, the big deluxe edition.
Don't tell you tried to get in their good books by doing that.
He bought the game and he bought the upgrade steelbook as well. And he goes, Starfield is the greatest game I've ever played. Wow. And then posted a photo of all the stuff he bought. It's like that clearly sounds like a suck up post to me. Being all like, look, I
I guess
supported you and
haven't played
spent
that
over,
many games. Then
spent the $500 on your collector and bought the controller, so I've spent like $800. It's a great game. It's the best game ever.
they
It's
played
like,
Zelda. They played like
like,
Spider Man. They played God of War. They played Crash Bandicoot. Like, have they done all that?
and then this person goes,
They played
that's
Red
funny
Dead. Have
as
they played like
someone
Spyro,
kind of called them
Elden
out.
Ring?
So the post was like I said, is the greatest game ever. Is the greatest game I've ever played. Wow. And then someone goes, shows your achievements. So it goes, explains why the achievements are so low. Yours is still in the plastic. The dude's been playing. It's the best game ever, but got like no achievements on the game.
Sweet, that is true because I have seen, even by accident, I've done 2 story missions and I've got like 12 achievements by doing other things.
Yeah.
And the fact that I've seen someone with 2 days played and like 2 achievements, I'm like, what have they actually done?
Oh my god. Here we go. Here's I love reading I just love reading Twitter's fucking.
I'm not bagging on them, but it's like, You can get achievements. I get them randomly now. Like just
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom,
That's what I
boom.
mean. I just love reading those Twitter comments and like discussions. Like someone goes, "A game with an 85 Metascore is the greatest game you've ever played." Come on, man, it's a good game, but definitely not the best. How much was the check
Yeah,
Microsoft sent you to say that? Have you tried Baldur's Gate 3 on PC or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom or Switch? The person replies, "I could care less about Metacritic score. Metacritic score does not determine the quality of any video game or movie. I played Baldur's Gate 3. It wasn't for me. I played Tears of the Kingdom for 25 hours. Got bored of it. Stay mad all you want. You can't change my opinion." How can you
they're
if you
not trying to change your opinion. Like,
but like you played for 25 hours of Tears of the Kingdom and got bored? How did you put 25 hours into a game and then get bored?
unless I did what I did, like I got bored on Starfield in the first 5 hours, but then came back and loving it now. Like I'm a king at it.
Oh, at least that's some
But
common
like,
sense. Someone goes, "Do you think it will win Game of the Year?" And he goes, "Would be awesome, but I doubt it." Well, there's some common sense. Like you don't like. I don't believe it's fully like from what I've seen. I don't believe it's fully Game of the Year
I
material.
reckon Baldur's Gate has it.
Like, like
I reckon Baldur's Gate. Either Zelda, Baldur's Gate, or Spider Man. Yes, I'm saying Spider Man so early because we all know it's going to be amazing.
I just. Oh, what else is? Oh, I dropped my phone. Is there another? Is there
I
another tweet?
actually, I think I might have pissed some people off earlier because I said something about Starfield. I was like, I'm only playing Starfield to fill the time before Spider Man.
Oh, oh no, Boogie's going to be under fire. He goes, "I just cannot get into Starfield. I love Skyrim. I
Yeah,
love
that's
Fallout, but
the
this game
thing.
isn't for me. It just won't. But this game just won't
Exactly.
grab me
People
yet."
love it. People hate it.
I want to read his comments. Someone goes, "Because it's a snooze fest, Boogie. Stick with it. It'll click. Think I'm
Yeah,
going to be
it,
glad
it,
to
it
skip it.
actually will.
Just like 76, Bethesda's been going downhill since Oblivion." Uh, wait, what?
Are they calling Skyrim
Wait,
bad?
what? This makes no sense. Listen, let me read the comment fully. It goes, think I'm going to be glad I skipped it, just like 76. Bethesda has been going downhill since Oblivion. Fallout 4 was it for me, it looks like. So, it went down from Oblivion, but you enjoyed Fallout 4?
He said Fallout wasn't for me though.
Fallout 4 was it for me. Like, he enjoyed it.
Oh, but then technically he would like Starfield because it's pretty much Fallout in space.
Um, yeah, but yeah, all these.
I'm not kidding.
But yeah, let's have a look. Let's have a thing. An instant classic from Screen Rant. Washington
I'm not saying
Post.
it's a direct thing, but like,
But like I'll go through the review scores, which makes no sense. Washington Post gave it a 4 out of 4.
not four. Out of four.
What? Why is
Where's the other 106?
like you know what I mean? Why a 4 out of 4? IGN Japan gave it a 10 out of 10. Destructoid gave it a 10 out of 10. Sydney Lynx gave it a 5 out of 5. Game Rant gave it a 5 out of 5. Gameblog Game Review gave it a 10 out of 10. Heat Newsblad, like half of these I've never heard of before, gave it a 5 out of 5. Windows Central gave it a like this is the funny thing. Windows Central,
Microsoft, like,
which gave it a 4.5 out of 5. So
and then the Microsoft one.
yeah, they didn't even give it a full thing. Kakuchi Puri, never heard of it, gave it
What?
100.
Out of what?
VGC gave it a 5 out of 5. Game Surf gave it a 10 out. Like half of these I've never heard of. Ultima Fisher gave it a 9.8 out of 10. Xbox Error.
9.8. What happened to the point 2?
So and then you come down to these Xbox related account like review channels, right? So you got Xbox Error and Mondo Xbox gave it a 9.7 out of 10. So Games Village 9.7 out of 10. I'm Test 96. Gamers.at 9.5. Screen Rant 4.5.
What did point
We got
7
this
and
covered,
point 6s come
like-
in? Point 8?
Forbes, CG Magazine, Digital Chumps 9.5s. Techmundo, Revolution Arena, Gaming Bible gave it 10s. Jewel Shockers gave it a 9 out of 10. Jewel Shockers, which I'm positive is a PlayStation
Yeah.
mainly reviewers, and they gave it a 9 out of 10. Like, and they've
Yeah.
been like, "Oh, PlayStation fans are just are you looking at this?" Like,
But there was a very big thing that kill
Attack
up,
of the
Ralph.
Fanboys gave it 5 out of 5.
He couldn't even get a review code for Starfield.
Yeah, there's so many people that like couldn't get it. Like it was
And if you
crazy.
notice, well, Eurogamer couldn't even get it.
Yeah,
People in the UK couldn't get it. Like, bruh. People here couldn't get it.
I reckon that thing's. Why I reckon people in the UK couldn't get it? It's
Cool.
because of that Bethesda, not the thing, because of the Activision thing.
Nope. Nope. Because some people did, some people
Oh,
didn't.
some people did, some people did. Okay.
But the big ones, some big ones didn't, but some little ones did.
Even
Who were more
RPG fan.
Xbox leaning.
RPG fan gave it a 98 out of 100. So they even they could
98 out of 100.
even they couldn't even get a full 100. Like, and then Evening
I admit,
Standard.
it's a good game. But
All these accounts
you
that
don't
are
have to
Xbox
attack
related
someone for giving
never
it a
gave it a
4
high score.
or a 10. Like, it's
But
their
then, here we
opinion.
go.
They're entitled to it.
Windows Central gave it an absolute triumphant, but then gave it a 4.5. Like,
I guess their standards are low then. A Triumph, but it's 4.5. Not
See,
a
I've
5.5.
tried
Not
it
a
and it just
5.5.
isn't doing it for me. Put it down after about 6 hours.
That's fair.
Like,
Because if they're doing just the main story,
oh wow, that's
it's
just
not
rude.
good.
Someone coming to Boogie going, going to Boogie going, that's
Boogie.
because you're old and burnt out.
Wow.
And then someone replied to that dude going, or it's just a trash game. Like I said,
Both maybe.
games aren't going to be
I
for
don't
everyone.
know.
Like, every kind of game's different. These people are just...
No, all Bethesda games are in the one thing.
Oh my god, this NPC's got his heads up Sarah's ass. It is
He gets in the
hilarious.
weirdest spots, bro. So I wouldn't be surprised.
I'll send you the photo.
She literally jumps tables during cutscene, like during people I'm talking to. She gets in their faces, as you've seen.
Yeah, and that's
And
what
it's
I'm
like
saying. Like, that takes back a little bit from what a perfect game is, because she's just running around doing random shit. Like, that knocks down scores.
That's
Like,
more realistic, actually. But
it's
you
funny
know,
and
like,
hilarious. Like, hey, from a funny perspective, I'd give it like a decent score. Like, if I
I'm
was
not
rating,
knocking points for that.
if I was rating it for like on the aspect of bugs and the funny glitches and shit like that, like I'd give it, on that perspective, I'd give it like a 4.5 out of 5 on bugs. Like, this game's got some of the most hilarious bugs and glitches. That's if I was giving an award for a game with the most funniest bugs and glitches, I'd give it to to that, because they are funny. But there's just so much jankiness. Like, I feel like they've left things in on purpose, or they're just trying to be bad. I don't know, just to try and meme it.
I wouldn't say meme it because some of the glitches are
Yeah, because someone
very weird. Like they're in weird spots. Like I got stuck under a tree in the middle of nowhere. I somehow jetpacked off a cliff. I landed. I tried to walk and I couldn't. I'm like, how am I stuck? So I had to fucking fast travel back to my ship.
like, it's
And
just
all the way back.
and then I was saying, like, someone put their tier listing and someone tried to have a go at me about Halo, and I was like, fuck off with Halo, like Halo Infinite. I was like,
How if it is the definition of a mid to trash game, like
oh, the person deleted their post anyway because they put it was fucking that Xbox account, and they put their curated list of like S tier games, A tier, and I was like, they had like Halo and Flight Sim and something else up in A tier, and like
hello what? Infinite.
Infinite, yeah. If they did their S tier, S tier had of course, Starfield in it. A tier was like
I'll give Starfield a B tier or an A tier, not a
well,
fucking
they're
S
C.
tier.
They had God of War Ragnarok in C or D. I'm like, well, nah, shit. You're on an Xbox account that's always like, Xbox, blah, 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 you know. Of course, you're gonna put Ragnarok low. I'm like, I'm sorry, I haven't played it. Like, I've played Halo and I've watched Ragnarok, and I've played the first God of War game, like that God of War.
If I saw someone say God of War was a walking sim.
You know what game they've been playing, but like, I would give. I give
And they said you can just spam one button for combat.
I was gonna say Gagarok. Gagarok.
Gagarok.
I'd give God of
God of War
War.
Gagarok.
I'd give this the first
There
God
you
of
go. Corey
War.
did the next fucking game.
Like that, the first God of War is better than bloody Halo Infinite. Like fucking hell, like it's so
Mm.
dumb. Halo Infinite was just so bad.
Someone actually demonstrated with Ragnarok. They pressed the one button to attack. They got decimated.
Like,
Like the dude commented, like, "Oh, you can just play Ragnarok with one fucking button. It's a walk-in sim." This dude literally made a video of him playing,
like
pressing like square to attack, and he got smashed. And he's like, they, and the dude deleted his comment. He got so butthurt. Like, you can just go around pressing the buttons all you fucking want. Doesn't mean
yeah,
you gotta finish the game.
I've literally had some comments just to stir the pot, and some of these have just created forums of content on Twitter. Like, there's so many people
Yeah.
replying to people because I'm just like, I just know how to trigger these. Like just trigger people.
Yeah, it's called speaking the facts.
Yeah.
Which I'm not saying, like, Starfield is not a bad game. I will say that. It's good. It's great.
But then
My
there's
thing might
like,
go up to 8 if I like the main story more than most people. Apparently, it's the weakest part of the game, so I haven't been doing it. But you can actually build an outpost. You can build ships. You can trade ships, steal ships, steal ships. Like, the only thing that really fucking irks me is all the loading screens. My game has crashed 2 times today from loading screens.
oh, that's funny as. I mean, it's not wrong though. Yeah, no, the loading screens are fucking wild. I just wanted to bring this up first before we actually talk about that further with all that kind of stuff. Because you know how they're talking about the player count. Everyone's been massively leeching onto the
2
player
million?
count. Apparently there's 6 million players for Starfield.
Oh, 6 minutes. No, 2. Oh, high
I
five.
don't, I don't think it's I don't think it's concurrent though. Like I think the concurrent
No,
was
there's
2
6
million.
million playing, like,
Yeah.
playing.
But someone goes, since player count matters more now, apparently no Xbox games this gen will beat Astro's Playroom, which had 40 million players. And then the person someone tried going, yes, of course, because a pre-installed game that came with every PS5.
Nope.
No, exactly.
It's not pre-installed. You have to
Exactly.
install it.
Exactly. And that's what I was like,
Some
that's
people
hilarious.
might not know it's there,
Yeah.
and they have to willingly download it.
But like, again,
Fucking
the
hell,
funny thing is, that
man.
gets me with all this stuff though is logic goes. They go, oh, this game's had this million players. Yes, between Steam and Xbox. When it comes to PlayStation, it's just literally PlayStation because you can't get that game anywhere else. And the numbers are always triumphing Xbox. And I'm sorry, like you can already see it. There's been more consoles sold for PlayStation than any other console.
That's in the 40 millions, maybe 50 millions by now.
Like, there's so many. I think it's like a couple 100 million they sold of. Wasn't it 117 million they sold of PS5s? Wasn't there like a shit ton they sold?
You tell me it's up there. Oh, they're only in the 40 odd million.
I thought they sold a fucking shit ton of PS5s from what I remember.
Not over 100. Nothing has done that. Right? The PS4 has done that near the end of its life cycle.
Maybe it was
Like,
PS4 I'm
goddamn.
thinking of.
That's
Maybe-
that's over 100 easy. Over 100 million.
Maybe that's what I was thinking of was the PS4s. Then when they put that thing out for their Mac sales. Oh yeah, so it sold over 40 million PS5 since the system debuted.
Yeah, which in 2 and a bit years is fucking insane.
That was as of July, so it could be at 50 million.
Yeah. It's 4 months nearly.
But yeah, no.
Another 10 million easy.
But coming back, like you're saying with the loading screens, like I was watching you play with those loading screens, and oh my god, everything's a loading screen. Like like when I joined you and you're playing that tram, and you walk up to the tram, the door opens, then the camera pans out from a locked position. You don't even see your character, but they make it look like you've walked in, and then the door just closed. How is that a 10 out of 10 experience? I'm sorry, but if there's loading screens like that, if the camera's going to zoom out...
It happens to most buildings. Every door you enter, not everyone, but a lot are loading screens. Your ship is a loading screen.
Oh, don't
you
get me...
grav jump, it's a loading screen.
Don't even get me...
You fly in, it's a loading screen. You fly out, it's a loading screen.
But like if I could see your character, because you make your
That's
character...
their engine.
If they popped the character in and had it animated walk in a cutscene as a loading... I'd be fine with that. That would make it feel more immersive. But the fact that it just zooms out, you see the door open and door closed, and nothing's there. It's like,
Did you actually see the frame rate of that tram though?
oh,
It's like.
janky. Well, that's what gets
It's
me. I've watched the loading screen where people are like, "Oh, I've made," because I've watched a lot of like the people building ships and stuff, and they're like, "Oh, look at my ship," and they would like, they do the tour where you look at the outside, and they're like, "Let's watch it take off." And every time I watch the animation of a plane, like the ship's taking off, it looks like it's gonna go brrr, and just crash because it's just so like it takes off so poorly. It's like let's just launch off. It's like oh, it looks like it's gonna go
right.
and just crash into the ground. Like it's so shit.
I'm not knocking it, but it's like we're beyond the loading screen game now. Like,
And don't even get me started with some of the content people are putting up on TikTok and stuff, being all like, look, I've made the Millennium Falcon, plus you and 500 other people. It's like, the amount of times I see people putting up content going, here's my spaceship, here's my spaceship, here's my spaceship, and I see like 20 different versions of the Millennium Falcon that everyone all upload at around the same time, and they may or may not have used the other person's version, but they're like, oh, I made this because I wanted to feel unique. Like the 2,500 other people. Like, fuck me. Like, you're all building
me
the same
personally,
shit.
I'm just rocking default ship. I don't care.
I just want to build a ship that looks like a giant dick, and that's it. Just fly around in the paint. But again, someone would have already done it.
Yeah, they have.
Yeah,
but like,
exactly. Looks like a giant guitar. Make a
that'd be
guitar.
weird.
Make a guitar-shaped ship.
That'd be pretty cool though. I bet no one's done that.
Fly around with a giant guitar.
But no, like I was doing the ship customization. You have to level things to build stuff.
Yeah.
Which their perk system is the best of any other one of their games.
Mm-hmm.
You have to put a point into one thing, then you do the challenge with it, then you unlock the next one, do the challenge, the next part to the challenge.
So you do stuff to unlock.
It's so fucking good.
That's
what
right.
game did that I played recently? The one that did that as well, you do a challenge with it. I think it was Forspoken. You had to like do a challenge to unlock the next one.
Yeah.
And then do challenges. Like kill 20 enemies with some fire move, then do the next one. And...
Oh, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, like with the shotgun, like you get 10% more damage on your shotgun. You just gotta kill 10 enemies with a shotgun. That's stuff like that. Or there's a ballistic one where you gotta do 10 enemies with ballistic weapons, 25, 50, and 100 to get all 4 tiers. Yeah, like they're not too bad. Like for one of the piloting ones, you gotta destroy 5 ships. 15, 20, like there's a lock picking one, there's a thief one, there's a sneak one, you have to pay to slide. You have to put perk in the slide.
Oh yep.
I'm kind of pissed off about that because you just crouch.
Yeah.
Like I'm running. I press B and just go. Huh. It's like no.
I haven't learnt slide yet.
Slide.
Yeah, that's a bit silly.
You have to learn that. Like fuck. I mean, I haven't learnt it yet. I don't really need it.
I mean, yeah.
I've got an auto shotgun, and it's silenced.
I mean, it's a weird game because I've sent you some of the I sent you some clips of the game, of like weird shit you can do, like some of the deaths are pretty janky, like the spaceman where he's just like a lot of the times I've noticed where you could just walk up to people and they'll just take the hits. You walk up and you shoot and they're just like
Or they're over exaggerated. It's like you kill them, they're like, whoa!
Yeah, like that one I showed where the dude walked up with a shotgun, he was just like, oh! And then just slowly keeled over. But like the amount of times I've watched
very slow motion, just.
Like I literally watch people with the rifles sit at a distance, shoot a guy, and he's just gone, and like not even move or like do anything to respond.
That's why I said, like the combat is flat. Like it's not punching you. Like it's not punchy or anything.
Yeah. And they don't get alert and go like, oh, someone's shooting me. I should go after him and attack him. Like, they're just like, they take
I haven't clipped it, but I've had enemies that have their back to me. They know I'm there, but they're just like looking somewhere else.
Yeah. It's just so...
They're running into a wall, or they're turned around and running away into a wall. It's like, I just walk up to them and just go, buddy. Oh, I'm literally there like for 30 seconds behind me just aiming at them. They don't even do nothing.
And other glitches like the you can't do the buckets on the head to steal. But you can knock things off tables and stuff and like push them out of the room and steal them. Have you done that?
No, but I actually, speaking about that, you know how you can unlock, like pick lock the doors, chests?
Yeah.
there was a mission of like no one's watching me. I pick like a door.
Yep.
I'm like I'm fine. No one saw it. I pick like the chest ready for take the thing out of it. I grab it. I turn around instantly. The guard's like, "Hello, sir." I'm like, "Fuck." I got put in jail. I'm like, I paid my
Oh
fucking
god.
credits.
You
I had
know
to
what?
go do it again. This time, the door's already open from the previous
Yep.
attempt. I could just walk in. I found out he's sitting on the other side of the wall, and there was these fucking blinds. I just shut the blinds on him so he couldn't see in the window. Then I shut the door.
And just so it's just what I'm saying. I feel like they've done this on purpose with some of the most stupidest things because people used to do it in the other games, like Fallout and Skyrim, these kind of things. And I feel like they've done them on purpose just to make the game like it's a meme
Oh
almost.
no,
Like, I feel like there's a lot of me.
it's realistic. Like he could see me.
That's what I mean.
What I was doing originally, he could see it. But then I shut the blinds because he could see me through there before.
Yeah. So you
So I
just
just
shut them.
shut him. Like, I
But like, what people have been doing is
was like,
for
that's
stealing.
fucking good detail.
Well, you know how you can pick up objects and you can still carry them around
Oh
like you
yeah.
normally do. So what you could do is what people are doing to steal is they're getting buckets, putting it under tables where they've got like money and stuff on the tables, pushing
No,
it into the bucket, carry the bucket out of the room so no one can see them, and then steal all the items.
that's
And
hilarious.
apparently, I haven't read the article, but apparently there was a big one of the casino missions is like a casino something like in the game. I think there's a
I haven't
casino.
done that yet. Damn.
There's,
Casino mission.
there's like a casino. Oh, there's a casino in the thing. I don't know what it was, but it was like the article read someone did the best casino heist ever in Starfield. So I'm assuming what someone's done is basically put the thing and just scooped everything into the bucket and just walked out with the bucket, going ha ha, all mine now, and just stole it all, like claimed it all.
It's actually smart as well because if
Just
they
push
don't
it.
see you do that,
Yeah. And there was another one which I sent you the video of was the cabinet with the suit in it. And there's just a crack, a small little crack in the cabinet, and the guy looked through the peak of the cabinet, and because it was like you could see the outfit, you could steal the outfit through the crack. So he just goes
that's what I did.
steal, and he just steal that the spacesuit from a little
I've
crack.
had
I'm
that
like,
since the start of the game.
oh, I was like, that is so stupid.
I found out after all the time playing, nothing comes close to it yet.
Yeah, it's some
It
weird
is literally
shit.
the best suit they can get for like until like mid to late game.
But like it's traditional stuff that used to happen with Fallout and stuff. Like there was like that gun you could get, like you had to come back if you had the in the container
vault.
early on. But if you had dog meat with you, you could go here, find a gun. He'd sniff around and he'd pull it out of the cabinet because he'd find a gun and you could just get it from him instead of coming back late game and unlocking it with lockpick level or whatever it was. I'm like, it feels like that kind of shit all over again. It's just like fuck. Like,
Yeah,
I
but
feel like
they're intended though. Like
yeah,
I don't think that suit is intended though.
like it's just weird. Like yeah, it's
But
there.
then
You
again, it might be like it's an OP suit. It might be intended for smart players to get early if you want a big
if
heads
you can
up.
look
Like
through the crack and just highlight it, yep, got it. But the amount of bugs is just kind of funny. Or not, I guess some of them are bugs, some aren't bugs. It's just timing. But I've watched
Yeah.
Doctor
like
Disrespect
that
play,
suit
and
thing
he's got
could
some
be a
funny
bug.
moments.
It might not be a bug. It might be an intended. You get it
Well,
on the right part.
there's someone did the infinite money glitch is in the game, and he showed a way that you go around a part of the map and you go through the thing and you basically no clip under the map after you made yourself a way around. You go like boost and jump and do all this stupid shit. But you go around and where the cellars are, they literally have in the game the chests underneath the points of the cellars. There's crates you can open up and you can access the inventory. So there's one guy you go to that you sell
That's
shit
what
to.
that was.
So you go to the dude you sell shit to at the start of the game.
I want to show you some clips after this then.
You go to his
Because I
chest.
did something.
Yeah, you go to his chest, it's underneath, and he says, like, you gotta be careful not to stand up because you'll clip out. You go to his chest, you take the shit, you sell it back to him because he has rare items. He gives you, you sell it to him and get credits, and it goes
It's a
back in the
constant
inventory.
cycle.
So you just keep getting the money back out of it, and then you sell him the stuff, and then he takes the item, you get the money, and then you take the item back, and then give it to him again, he gives you more money, and you just keep cycling it, and that's a infinite money glitch and shit like that. It's like fucking, and that was a Skyrim glitch. That was a glitch in Skyrim because they had spawner.
I'm pretty sure
spawner
that's still in
chests.
the new one too. The
Yeah.
new edition.
It would be, but yeah, they've got the exact same things in Starfield. So every seller or character that you can buy shit from, underneath them in the map is a chest that has their items in it that they sell that spawn. And it's just like fucking hell. Like
It's weird how they go that route when other games don't. Like they just, it's just nothing there.
the character has the inventory, not just let's just hide underneath the map. Like it's
Yeah,
almost feel like
you
it's
have to
intended
kill the
to
character
find.
to get it or something.
Because it's a weird way you work your way around to find it. It's fucking hilarious. Who knows if they'll patch it? They may.
I reckon
not.
they, well, probably not because it's fucking still in Skyrim. So
But honestly, like, But come back on that. But like
The
watching,
fact that it's a single player game, they don't
mm,
need to patch it. Like,
that's exactly it. Like it's not gonna. There's no like advantage out of it. It's for you
if
to
it was a co-op game or a multiplayer game,
yeah,
they probably would.
because it gets disadvantages to other players. Like it's pay to win experience almost. But it's just funny. Like some of the clips. Like I've watched like Doctor Disrespect play, and he's had some funny moments. And and he's just like, and I think he didn't really enjoy the game overall per se. Like he enjoyed it, but didn't enjoy it. I didn't see his full review.
I think he rage quit at some point.
But there's just a lot of stupid shit he kept pointing out. And I do like one of them where he's like, "Oh, let's do the physics of this," and he hits like the fire canister. I can't remember if I sent you that clip, but he hits the fire tank, and then he's like,
Mm.
like it's like, "Oh, there's a pirate here." And he walks one way, walks another way, stops for a bit, and then walks back and then blows up, because it's just like the timing and stuff. Like there's just weird shit.
There's a thing in in Starfield where, at the most serious time, something funny happens.
Yeah, it's like what?
It's either when you're in a mission or you're just like talking to someone, something's happening in the background, or
Hmm. It's
because
just crazy.
I was doing something. I was talking to one of the NPCs, and things just went haywire.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was, but I heard something and I saw something, and
no, it's just crazy.
it's like you said, but I'll get married to Sarah. It's like the fucking back of the mum's head's just in the whole camera. It's
When it
like
zoomed in, it's just like, and then it zoomed back out. I was like, what the fuck? So
that,
random.
that's a serious moment, and that just I couldn't stop laughing.
It
I
kind
just
of it kind of reminded me of Assassin's Creed Unity with it because it had stupid moments like that when it bugged out. Like
that was literally game breaking though. What happened in Unity,
just
you
fall through the
couldn't
map.
play it.
Sometimes it was the NPCs you need to talk to, but they'd fall through the map, or you couldn't get to them because you'd fall through the map.
But they did patch it, and you play it now. It's perfect.
But that's what I mean. It's just crazy all these game breaking bugs.
It's actually the best Assassin's Creed game now. Like it's crazy. Like that's like a 9 out of 10 Assassin's Creed. That's insane. But that was
But
like the last of the small ones, wasn't it? Before the RPG stuff.
something like that, yeah.
No, you had the R one. What's it called?
A little bit.
Not Revelations.
See,
The one we played the two characters in England.
I know which one you're talking about. Syndicate.
Syndicate. Yeah, what did I say? It was Syndicate. That's
Yeah.
apparently like a 10 out of 10 as well. So
Yeah.
that was just
But
before Origins.
but they've definitely got a lot of memes in Starfield because another one was
Oh
the
yeah.
trying to reach you about your extended warranty. Have you had that yet or no?
I have not,
Yeah,
but I've got the adoring fan. I'm stuck with
yeah.
him
Oh, you got stuck with you?
because he's a fucking trait.
Yeah,
If you don't pick it, you won't get him.
yeah.
I didn't know
They're
because I got
Can
the
you kill
trait
him?
war hero or hero or
Can you kill
something.
him or just let him be?
Are you just chilling on my
Just
ship?
chilling on the
I
ship.
walk under the ship, we come back to a planet, and he's like, how are you doing, Captain?" And it's like, "I hope your day is good as you are." I'm like, "Fucking hell."
He's just boosting you up morale. But yeah,
He
no,
says some really creepy shit though.
because I was say that because you fly through when you're flying through space, a random ship will approach you, and it hails you, and it goes, "Ah, how are you doing? We've been trying to reach you about your ship's extended warranty."
It must be a trait thing,
It's a
surely.
whole
Or is it
thing,
just
and
a
it's
random
like you
ship?
can respond to it and do all different things, or you can blow, different thing, blow it up or whatever. Like there's a
Was it
whole.
a was it a bounty one?
It's just
No.
a random ship that just flies along and hails you, and
I've
you're
never
like,
seen that.
yeah, it's fucking hilarious. I've watched clips of it.
Because
Um,
I made myself wanted. So every now and again I get these bounty ships come out of nowhere.
yeah, because you can board ships, you can steal people's
You
ships,
you can actually jack them.
yeah. There's a lot
And
of
then
different
goes, you have to register it, then sell it.
things.
Or you can just register it and keep it,
Yeah,
use it. But I have a pretty good ship anyway. I don't need to get rid of it. Because you got the A class, B and C, where A is the lowest, and you got B and then C is the top.
yep. Are all ships customizable, or is it just like you have
Yeah.
basic ships and then?
Oh. So you need to level up certain perks in the ship
A
stuff.
lot
And that,
again. A lot of it personally does feel like No Man's Sky, honestly. Because like
except you can do more with that.
because like you can customize like in No Man's Sky, you can customize the outside of your ship, the inside of your ship. You've got all these
Yeah,
different
you can
quests
do all
and
that.
stuff, and yeah, like you could do that as well with like Starfield. Feel like very similar to me. I haven't played it, but it looks very similar. Like, because you get the
except
jetpacks.
more real, like more,
Mm,
you know, like you can't do stupid shit with Starfield.
mm.
I mean, you probably can. I don't know. I've only just painted my ship.
Yeah, it's
I have
very
moved
similar.
parts around, but
Mm,
I got, I haven't got the required levels to do big things yet.
yeah.
I'm only level 1. I'm gonna be level
See, that's
4
what
to
gets me
do big
because
things.
I like the terraforming in No Man's Sky.
I
Like the
think.
terraforming is really good, very
Mm.
functional, and you can like create bases anywhere. Like there's a thing you can create
You can do
bases.
that with Starfield too.
Mm. So I'm guessing
I
that's
need
the.
to make an outpost
So I'm
somewhere.
guessing that's like the elements from 76 basically they used like that kind of style
Mm.
of where you have a
But
point
way
and you
better because
yeah because they learn from it.
that wasn't bad. It was just the game was buggy as fuck.
Can you have multiple outposts or is it just the one?
Yeah,
You can have multiple different locations. What's the terraforming like
thing.
on the planets? Can you
Don't
cut
know.
out?
I haven't done that.
Haven't done that. Be interesting to see how you can cut away if you can cut away like
Mm.
the mountainsides and stuff.
Right.
Because I love doing that in No Man's Sky. Like you can see a giant cliff edge, like or a giant mountain, and you can literally just cut it in half, and it's just like shape it out. And some of them will stay afloat and just have these floating islands on
And
planets.
that's like Ark. You can actually build stuff like that.
Mm.
You can build like pillars, and then you can build like a floating base as long as you
Yeah.
don't delete certain ones.
Yeah.
They need one base foundation. It doesn't have to touch. It's just got to be there.
Yeah. Because like on No Man's Sky, like I turned this cliff edge to a giant
Imagine if Ark had that
cylinder.
though, like, terraforming. Fuck.
Exactly. And that's what I mean. Like I built
Yeah,
a
the
base.
dinosaurs with footprints doing it, like putting footprints in the
That would
ground,
look
and
good, actually seeing it be effective. But like that's what I mean it's for fun things. See, well, that's the thing that I guess and you can't can you fly ships around on the surface? You can't, can you? You can't. And see with No Man's Sky, you can. You can get real low and fly along on the planet edge. Because like you actually fly because you fly your ships and you can land them at your bases and stuff, and you
you
take them off
can't.
out of space.
Oh, you can probably land at an outpost, maybe.
But
I haven't
again,
got an outpost yet.
but see that's what I love about No Man's Sky is just the able to fly across the surface edge of a planet and then launch off and then come back in and then crash it if you wanted to, or you can fly it
I
out.
kind of want to play that now after playing this.
It's so fun.
Like
Honestly, it's so fun.
I'll finish Starfield, then just load up the PS5 version and just play that. Like
It is
I
honestly
don't see
such a
why
good
not.
game. You might quietly enjoy it because the missions are good. Like you go out questing and you're trying to find out what the
Because
ending's
that
going
was the
on.
definition of a bad game at launch.
Yeah, honestly now because you got like a hub, the hub worlds
Eight
that you go
hundred
to
dollars for that game, for
get
fuck's
missions for
sake.
online stuff, and when you're at the hub worlds too, you see all the other players coming in and flying out from the hub, which is
Yeah,
really cool, and you can interact with other
that's what
players and
Starfield
stuff,
needed. I think like they needed a multiplayer aspect to it.
and you can teleport from different like
Like
galaxies and stuff.
exploring with a buddy, or just seeing other people flying around in space with you,
Yeah.
like having dogfights with them.
Well, there's this one bloke I play with online, like who streams, and we were having fun playing that. I don't think you remember watching us play it at one point, and it was fun because we play together, we do missions with each other, and fly to each other's galaxies, and
Right?
you discover planets together, and
Like that's where I wish Starfield went a bit smaller. Instead of having 1,000 planets, have like 100
yeah,
very detailed, not procedurally generated, handcrafted, like different experience on each planet.
yeah,
Not just it's random. Because my playthrough is different than your playthrough. Because all the things are randomly generated.
that's it. It is what it is.
You won't get two of that are the same. I mean, I think that's cool, but also instead of having 1,000 planets, like I won't visit all 1,000. Fucking hell no. I'm only playing till I get 100% of the fucking achievements, which is pretty much the main story and the side stuff, and some other random ones. But I just want to get the experience. I don't want to play for a whole like 30 days on there. Like, god damn.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't want to visit every single fucking one of the 1,000 planets. We said over 1,000, so there's more.
And
Like,
that's the thing that gets me. Like that's what No Man's Sky has. That has over 1,000 planets as well.
yeah, but you're
Like
not going to go to them though.
no, your quests take you
I
to
mean, you
specific
can. Like,
planets.
if you know life one of these games, you can do it.
See, I don't know how I don't know how Starfield does it. Like, how do you see the galaxy? Can you? Is there like a map to see the galaxy and you can see all the different?
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of so it's kind of like No Man's Sky.
You literally press B and you zoom out, then you zoom out, then you zoom out, then you zoom out.
Yeah, it's just
So
like No Man's Sky.
you've got solar systems, and you got the You got the solar, you got the planet, then you zoom out and you got like the surrounding ones, and you go zoom out and you got like other solar systems. Then you
Yeah.
got even bigger one. You got like all these solar systems. It's like, god damn!
Yeah,
I'm
just
trying to figure out where the fuck I am. Like, where the fuck do I got to go here? It's
yeah,
like,
that's all of this. Like, if you were to explain, honestly, no joke, if you were to explain this without saying the name Starfield, I would believe you were talking about No Man's Sky, 100%.
because there's space games, you can't do it differently.
No,
Like,
like everything, like that's the thing. Everything that Starfield is offering, No Man's Sky offers that. It has that in those. Like the same.
except Bethesda is the better one because A, it's actual RPG, which is what you need.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. Like it has
Like they put
RPG
their own
elements.
spin to a freaking space game. Like,
Well, that's the thing though. No Man's Sky has RPG elements. There's the quests. There's the upgrades. Like it has everything. Like you
yeah,
gotta.
but not like Bethesda RPG.
Yeah, yeah.
Like all this freaking skills and like sneaking,
Oh
pickpocketing,
no, they're yeah,
speech,
pickpocketing. They don't really hate because you don't need to really
um,
pickpocket things.
the ship skills. Like you've got shields, lasers, missiles. There's a third one.
Yeah, you got to upgrade. Though that's done slightly different because you got to buy it up. You got to buy those upgrades. You got to like go through and
Mm,
get the resources to sell and trade, to get those better upgraded
mm.
ships and
Yeah, that's what you got to do with
things.
Starfield. You got to go get like all your ores and
And you got to learn stuff because it's all crafting.
um,
Because No Man's Sky
yeah,
is like the difference is No Man's Sky is like your survival game. It's not necessarily like I say,
mm,
it's not an RPG. So where Starfield's an RPG, No Man's Sky is a survival game. So like Ark and Minecraft and like
yeah,
Rust, or not Rust, but like that Ark would be the closest thing, and like maybe Conan. It's a survival game. Like you literally got to survive. So you got to like
yeah. Because
harvest
with
things and build things. And,
Fallout Starfield, you just got to. There's 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 no eating, drinking, but you can. But it only gives you health.
yeah,
So
but there isn't
it's
really any
literally a
threats
Bethesda
per
game.
se. But there is. You kind of got to fight and search things, and it's mainly the elements you got to
Yeah,
worry
you do
about the
with
most.
Starfield as well. Like you gotta. Like I found these weird ass fucking. Like a praying mantis with a fucking flower for a head. It
Yeah,
was weird.
yeah, there
I
is.
got jump scared by it. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" Got my shotgun and just fucking
That's
downed it.
it.
Like, okay, then I'm actually really loving it. To be fair,
That's all right then.
like I can't stop playing it,
Yeah, it does look like it could be somewhat fun.
and then
Uh,
I'll finish it, and then I'll just move on. Like,
yeah, it just does. It just does disappoint me a little bit that some places look quite empty. It does like I feel a little bit
yeah,
disappointing.
the one that aren't handcrafted.
Yeah, they just look a little
Because
empty.
there's four major cities
Like
on
I can
4 planets.
understand like they're trying to make it look futuristic, so everything looks nice and clean. But at the same time, why does everything have to be feel empty? Why is there not like kind of almost clutter going on? Like there's
I mean,
everything's very
there
open and
there is, but
spaced.
it depends where you land.
Yeah,
Like where on that planet, there's things like there are outposts and
yeah,
mines and stuff like that, and caves, but you've got to find them.
yep,
It's not just here it is. Here it is. That you just got to go to a marker, not a marker, but
yeah,
like you see something that says unknown, then you just walk to it.
yeah. Kind of like what
I haven't done that yet though.
same as what No Man's Sky does as well. 'Cause you can
Mm.
find there's a lot of random things you can search because you'll ping your system and there'll be a whole different things like here's resources show up or here's a mysterious artifact and you don't know what it is and you got to go.
Yeah, you don't have that on Starfield though. You have to go searching for everything like
Mm,
without a helping hand.
yeah,
You just walk and it's like
spend forever walking out
I'm just
lost.
wandering around just like trying to find resources. I'm like, okay. I try to put on my little vision and I could see things. It just points it out for you.
Yeah,
It doesn't ping it, but it just makes it stick out. I like how if you kill an enemy, it automatically scans them. Otherwise, you can just scan them without killing them.
that's it.
I found that out very late into my playthrough so far. I'm like, you can just kill them and it scans them. I didn't know that. The game didn't tell me. The game doesn't tell you anything, to be fair.
Just throws you in
There's
and just
there's,
go for it.
there's no hand holding in Starfield. As I said, I fucking almost rage quit the game. I was recording my 4th episode for YouTube.
Yep.
20 minutes in, I rage quit and just turned the video off.
God, that's wild.
Like, I will fucking send it to you. Like, it's not that, probably 10 minutes into it. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, fuck this shit, end recording and left. I turned everything off. I'm just like, nah, fuck this game.
That's crazy.
And then I come back later and, yeah, like,
Finally got into it.
yeah, like, it doesn't tell you anything. It's like, here, fight the, I had my very first ship. I had to take on 3 fucking bounty hunters at once.
That's crazy.
I kept dying. I just couldn't do it. And you can't leave. You can't just fly away and like,
Yep.
because I would just hunt you down. They just keep shooting at you.
Yeah.
And you can't land on a planet that's right there because you're in a fight. So I'm just on a constant loop of death, 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 death. I'm getting pissed.
I'd say that's a pain.
I'll kill either 1 or 2 of them, and the third one or second one, you fucking get me. So I went on a mission. I did a Google, got a good ship, come out, smashed them, smashed everything. Now an even better ship. I'm smashing everything
That's it then, isn't it?
until mid game
rightly
where
equipped.
my ship might be good enough. But then you get a better ship. But you can buy ships at ship. I say shipyards, but that's weird.
They don't have
And
shipyards.
like, yeah, it's like where you land. There's usually a place around the landing area
Yep.
where you can go to the ship people, because that's where you get your upgrades. A little cool thing about that, I painted my ship right.
Yep.
I went out of there back to my ship, and there was technicians working on my ship.
Oh, that's cool.
There's all these people working on it. I'm like,
That's good.
they painted my ship.
That's alright. Like good. That has the attention to detail. Like that's what I want to see.
Well, it's Bethesda. Like they've got all the details in the fucking world.
Sometimes games just be like, oh, let's just change it, and then sometimes they like if they put
Yeah,
attention.
it's like they're done.
Yeah. So if,
They
if,
literally like in their full-on suits and they're just
that's
like
good.
working
See,
on shit.
if they're putting that attention to detail in, that's what I want to see. Like that's what I want to experience. Those little details, the thought that goes.
There's a lot of details. Like think of Fallout 4, but on a way bigger scale.
Yeah. That's alright.
Which is amazing. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting all these missions from random people as well. Like all these activities come pop from random strangers. And I'm walking past them, they're just like, "Help me!" I was like, "Okay," because
That's alright then.
I'm a ranger. I'm a 3-star ranger now or something. It's how to get the ship. You had to go because the ship that's a good one. I got from doing some missions. I got it as a work vehicle.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bonus!
Got a ship.
I'll tell you what it is after this because I want you to get it like straight up.
Okay.
It'll make your life a lot easier and you won't rage. Because you do need a good ship like early on. Otherwise, you're going to get fucked.
Yeah.
Well, as if you put wanted on. If not, then you won't get the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Unless you put up a bounty. Like, unless you literally get a bounty in some place. Let's say you have a bounty in a system. You have to go to the next system or another system to pay that bounty off. Because you can't pay the bounty in that system.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah, you have to go to another one to pay it. So
Yeah.
just a little heads up. The game doesn't tell you that.
Ah.
Because you say, pay bounty. And it'll say, no. It's like, okay. Go to the next system over, pay bounty. Yes.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. It's like, I
Yeah.
guess.
But if you get caught, you pay the bounty right there. You'll get caught. The dialogue options are so fucking intense now. Like, because when I got caught, I could either pay my fine, and they'll take everything. They'll take all the stolen items off me. They'll take the credits. I could either just pay the bounty and I'll keep the stolen stuff, but it's a less price. Another option is there. They'll go, don't shoot. I'll go quietly. And then the fourth option is attack.
What the hell?
You can literally fuck them all up. You can literally start a fight.
That's
And put
hilarious.
the bounty up even more.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Whereas Fallout, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm done. Nothing bad will happen.
Yeah.
Now it does. You can do it to everyone. Everyone I've confronted. It's like you can either. There's always an option to attack. It's like, hey, you're a bad guy. I can either like trying to redeem you or kill you. Like, I say, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Some things had all four things, were all four different fucking options. I was like, well, I'm torn because they're all good and bad.
Yeah.
It's like,
I need to have a look.
it's way fucking better than anything else they've done. But you can tell they really love this game.
Really
Like,
diversed it and made it like, yeah.
yeah. Because in Fallout 4, the options are just basic.
Mm.
It's all yes or all no's
Yeah.
or.
It was
But
just
this is like
it was
you can
basically
choose now.
it was basically no response, good, neutral, bad. Basically.
Now it's whatever the fuck you want,
It's more in depth, like on the
and
out.
you can persuade people now.
Yep.
You have a persuade thing. Is like you want to level that up so you can
Yep.
persuade better. Because if you don't persuade, you're fucked. You're gonna get the worst option nearly.
Oh god.
It's like, well, I tried, and they're like, you're not gonna get me that easy.
That's funny. Yeah, I'll have to try and see if I got what I got installed to try and clear some space.
116 gig, bruh.
I know, I need to clear out some space on my hard drive. I don't know what I've got installed on my hard drive.
Redfall.
Oh.
That's like 70 odd gig.
Yeah, I gotta go through and check. That's what I said. I gotta go through, check my internal and see what I've got taken up.
I dropped Redfall. I was gonna finish that. I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah.
I just went straight to Starfield and haven't gone back.
I know, we were playing that for a bit and then, yeah.
I'll play it afterwards because I'll finish just before Spider-Man comes out.
Yeah.
And then I'll go back to Redfall and then Spooderman. But then again, Mortal Kombat's out in like 9 days.
Yeah, I'll say, speaking of Mortal Kombat, you seen the Jean-Claude Van Damme character?
Yeah.
It looks
I haven't seen it, but it's going to
it's
be
a bit
fucking good though.
goofy. It doesn't really look like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, go for a younger version.
They try to go for a younger version, but it doesn't look really anything like him. And it's the most goofiest character I've ever seen.
Yeah, let me have a look at that.
I've seen gameplay of him, and like he was fighting Johnny Cage, and
So Johnny Cage versus Johnny Cage.
it was so stupid.
Mortal Kombat 1.
Because it's Jean-Claude Van
Van
Damme
Damme.
from what's that fighting movie he did? It's that version of him.
Street Fighter.
No, that's that other.
Whoa! Oh, man, what the fuck?
It's that fighting movie he did.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called there.
It was that big one he
It's
did.
from the 90s, I think.
Yeah. It's so goofy.
Oh, Bloodsport.
That's it, Bloodsport.
I think that's what it looked like for Bloodsport, man.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. That was like 30 years ago. He definitely looked different back then.
He's doing well though. He's getting nice and big and chunky.
They... Bloodsport. What? Bloodsport. 1988, actually. Fuck, it's in the 80s, my dude. Okay, that does look like him then. I'm just having a quick look. No, that does look like him. He looked way different when he was younger. Fucking hell. Yeah, that's crazy. I've never seen Bloodsport, so I couldn't tell you what he looked like until right then. But does one look so good though? Like it would look way better than what Mortal Kombat 11 that was.
Mm.
It's only next gen, isn't it? Too.
I think so.
On
I'm
PC.
not too fast. I'm just like...
No, but like they actually improved it where it's not getting held back by last gen.
Mm.
That's what all games need to do now. Just stop fucking PS4 and Xbox One. Just drop it. Or they have now, most people.
Most games, yeah.
Imagine Starfield with loading screens? Fuck me, would have been like twice as many.
Oh.
Also, Starfield makes my Xbox run very, very warm.
Oh, I remember. Did you see that interview with Todd Howard and everyone about that?
That what?
And then the question was asked that is Starfield optimized for PC?
No, I haven't. Oh, they said the models will fix it, didn't he?
No, it was an interview, and there was Phil Spencer and Todd Howard and someone else, and it's like, and one of the he goes, and it was like on BBC or something like that. He goes, one of the most requested questions was why is Starfield not optimized for PC? And he goes, it is. It's just, and then Todd Howard goes, it is optimized for PC, but you might have to upgrade your gear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but it was like how he said it though was like a burn to people that have had like old systems. Basically, it's just like it works fine. It's just fix your shit. Basically, it was fucking hilarious.
Or buy an Xbox.
Mm. But yeah, it was just kind of funny. I was like, oh,
What a good way to piss people off, though.
I was like, yeah. He kind of smirked about it too when he said it. He's like, oh, you can upgrade your equipment, and he kind of like chuckled a little
Did you
bit.
see? Did you see someone made Todd Howard in the character creation?
Yeah, and also early on.
Yeah, but it's a young Todd Howard.
I wonder if anyone's done a Phil Spencer yet. Chuck Daddy Phil into fucking Starfield.
They call him Daddy Phil.
Daddy
Well,
Phil.
they got freaking Uncle Todd, and they got Daddy Phil. Like,
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
I found out the robot can say names, like who says like "Welcome back, Captain." It can actually say "Welcome back, Captain Fuckface"
That'd be AI
and
then.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
but
actually
like
input all
it,
names.
it can't say basic names, like to say like Dale or nothing.
Ah,
It has a whole list of names it can say,
Fuckface is one of them.
but it's like a lot of random. It says Captain Sexy, Captain Fuckface, Captain like shit something like. But where's common names?
That's hilarious.
'Cause I named my character Sasha, and that's not even on there. But
That's crazy.
Sasha's not even on there. It's like, bro, that's like a common name.
Yeah, it is. Most games.
Better than Fuckface.
I was surprised they allowed it because it had fuck in it. Like, usually they don't like to do that.
I thought you could do that with Fallout. Maybe not say it, but like you could put it on there. Though.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
it's for the memes.
It's been 84 years since I played Fallout 4.
Been 76 years since I played.
76 years. That's weird because Fallout 76 is literally the first game in the series. To be fair, it's literally the very beginning of Fallout. That's when the fucking bombs drop. Like, to play them in order, you have to play them in a weird ass fucking order. Kind of like how Metal Gear Solid is. You have to play 76 first. I think 4, then 3 or something. Is 3 after 4 in the timeline? I can't remember. Because I know super mutants are like kind of new in Fallout 4, but they're in 3. But they're talked as though they're new in Fallout 4. So I don't exactly know what timeline that is. But I'm waiting for a reference to super mutants in Starfield. I wouldn't be surprised if that is future Fallout. Like the Fallout led to people living in space. Because I think Earth is fucked on Starfield. Like Earth, you can go to Earth and nothing's there. Which I did see Earth. I haven't been there yet, so I can't confirm. But
You can't fly.
I have to go there for a mission. So
Fly to planets. Just fast travel.
I just fast travel now 'cause it's easier.
Yeah, definitely. That's what I do on No Man's Sky. I just use the in planet in ship.
Like I don't want to travel 7 hours to a fucking planet.
I feel like they do that just to try and force you because you can like in No Man's Sky you can fly, but like usually you just thruster speed everywhere. It's quick as.
Yeah. Well, you grav jump in Starfield. You can grav jump to the next thing.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, it gives you a 5-second countdown. Then it just goes.
yeah. That's what No Man's Sky does. It's like warp speed.
You're right. Warp speed to grav jump. Warp speed. But expect some updates on Starfield because once you play it as well,
Yeah.
we can get more of a combo going about it because then you can talk about your
My experience.
because their experience be way fucking different.
So Playing on PC will be an interesting experience.
Also, I found out on the guide that I was following for the marriage thing, I meant to take 40 hours. I did it in like under 20.
Oh, really? You must hit the right chain?
I don't. I took 20 hours off.
Okay, interesting. You must hit a certain... What the
And I
hell?
found out I'm in the top 1%, or like 1 point something of that achievement. Who's getting these achievements? There's not many.
Yeah. Well, especially if it
It's
takes
like
40 hours.
a very common achievement from like a mission. No one. I'm in the top 1% of that as well. I'm
So,
like,
so again, clearly these 2 million was it 6 million, or whatever X amount of players aren't actually doing shit. Again,
yeah, but also, what is that 1%? 1 point odd percent? Like, is that 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million? Like, the higher it goes, the less it would be. So,
and again, the concurrent player or total player counts are mixed between Steam and Xbox players. So you take out
yeah.
the Steam players, then because the
I
achievements
wish I
don't
could
count the Steam.
see. I wish I could have a rank of how many players unlock that achievement on the Xbox. I wish I could fucking see that. But also, Xbox Game Pass PC is the same achievement. So even on PC, you have to buy the game to get it. Because Game Pass it and played it.
Mm.
Because when you look at the main missions, they drop off dramatically. Like 60% on the first mission? Only 60%?
Yeah, that's weird.
Like, what?
So I always get that's why that's what
So
got me.
people loaded up and just didn't play the first.
So that's what got me with fucking That's what got me with like Hi-Fi
Weird.
Rush. The Hi-Fi Rush count didn't make sense for the so-called 2 million players. Again, I just feel like Xbox just counts people launching the game and that's it. They don't count actual people playing the game. Like, fuck.
Because I know Starfield on Steam yesterday had a concurrent, an all-time peak of 600,000 players.
Yeah.
So the rest of that are on Xbox
Yeah.
or Game Pass or PC.
It still counts as Xbox because it's all the same achievement systems and stuff.
Yeah, but like, if I'm in the top 2%, how many people are actually still doing that? Because out of like 5 million,
Uh-huh.
that should be a higher than 2% if people are doing it.
Yep. Yep.
So I just don't know, bro. Then again, I'll see from the easier achievements eventually. Like, there's one for killing 300 human enemies and 300 creatures. When I pop that, I'll see what I'm in.
Yeah.
Because that's not too much. There's a lot of combat in this game.
Yep.
I'm yet to hit 300 of anything, but like, I'll probably be in the fucking 2% of that or something. Like,
Yeah, possibly. It will really show when there's some more simple things of games. That's why I always laugh when there's the simple achievements of completing the first mission. Like I said, we did this with Hi-Fi Rush, where we saw the first mission that everyone should get their first achievement for, and it was like only like 2% or something like that. Was it 5%? It was like really low.
I have no idea. I can't
Yeah.
remember that now.
Yeah, but we talked about
But
it
like,
a while
it
back.
was pretty fucking low. I'm like,
It made no sense for the amount of people saying that there's 2 million players, and there was like the first mission, the first achievement. It was so easy to get. It's just after doing the tutorial, you get the first achievement. It's just like it was such a low percentage. It's like what the fuck for the amount of players it had. That made
literally,
no
you just
sense.
play the game and it's bam.
Yeah, it's like it makes no percent, no percent. It makes no percent. It makes no percent
Yeah, well, you said of game. I'm like,
off game. It makes
the
no.
percentage of game or something. I'm like, nah, I didn't want to say
game.
anything.
It makes no percent.
Of game.
It makes no sense.
Makes no percent of game.
But yeah.
Yeah, Jesus.
Anyway.
Also, today I'm rocking the Nickelback. That'd be cooler. That'd be holder. And that's why it's so bright and yellow, because it's for summer, I guess. I made like a weird frame rate. What the fuck? What a weird frame rate does. Oh no, it's back to normal. Anything Dad does?
No, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm gonna have to, eventually wrap it up because I'm gonna talk to Al. Something's happened. It's been a weird week in general. I don't want to talk about it. It's just been a weird. You know, you ever get those weird. You know, you have days and things in bad luck things, and then there's weeks of like weird
Yeah.
shit. It's been like one of those weeks. So
You guys
shit's
breaking
going
the
on.
fucking song and dance.
So we'll wrap this up, and then I'll come back and we'll just talk shit afterwards anyway. But I gotta see what's going on with Al.
Yes. On that one, my dudes and
So-
beaters and beardies, we appreciate you watching, listening. Episode 36, as always. Thank you for the so damn support. We have been Dale and Jim, and we'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.
Bye. Sorry, I'm just trying to. There's so much, but yes, bye. I love you guys. Fucking, my brain's fucked. It's at 0%.
0% of game.
I'm trying to read this message. Yes. Sorry, guys. Love yous.